The gentle sound of a mindfulness bell resonates through the quiet room for the first time. The sound lingers, expanding into the still air, before slowly fading away into the depths of the night. A quiet pause of 3 seconds follows. Then, a second chime rings out, deeper and warmer this time, serving as a soft invitation to call your wandering soul back home. The clock on the wall might say 1 in the morning now, maybe 2, or perhaps it is already 3. Everything around you is completely still. The streets are quiet, the neighbors have turned off their lights, and almost everyone has drifted into a deep sleep after a long, exhausting day. Your room is wrapped in a warm, protective darkness, yet something inside you refuses to stop. Right there, inside your mind, at this very moment, an endless conversation is taking place. Thoughts entwine with other thoughts, old memories play like distant movies, and worries about tomorrow replay in an uncontrollable, exhausting loop. You lie there, rolling to the left, then turning to the right, trying to find a comfortable spot. You stare up at the dark ceiling, wondering why finding a good night's rest, something that should be the most natural thing for a human being, has become such a rare and difficult luxury. The harder you try to close your eyes, the more awake you feel. The more you force yourself to fall asleep, the louder the noisy voices in your head become. You feel a sense of helplessness, a deep fatigue weighing heavily on your eyelids and your shoulders, yet your nervous system simply refuses to turn off its engine. If you are in this state right now, please take a long, slow breath out. You have found your way to the right place. This space, this video, and these gentle words are created just for you, to hold and comfort your restlessness on this lonely night. We are not here to offer you temporary sleeping pills, quick fixes, or superficial advice. We are here together to step into an ancient lesson, a profound way of nurturing the soul taught by the late Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. It is a practice that takes only 5 minutes to prepare and understand, but it holds a beautiful, transformative power that can completely change the way you enter your sleep from this night forward. You do not need to try to do anything right now, just allow yourself to relax completely. Simply lie down in the most comfortable way on your familiar bed, pull the warm blanket up to your chest, soften all the muscles on your face, and just let this audio play. Let this voice become a companion, gently guiding you through the storms of your thoughts, bringing you back to the sanctuary of peace that has always existed inside you. The night is deep, the outside world has paused to rest, and you, too, deserve to enjoy a whole, undisturbed rest, free from nightmares and free from worry. Breathe in deeply, exhale slowly, and let us begin this healing journey together. My dear friend listening to this from afar, I know how tired you are. I know that behind the pillow dampened by sweat or the heavy sighs in the middle of the night lies a whole sky of heavy burdens. As we enter our middle and older years, sleep no longer comes as easily or as carelessly as it did when we were young. Age brings us maturity and wisdom, but it also places invisible weights upon our shoulders that not everyone can see or understand. These burdens have no name, no physical shape, but whenever the darkness falls, they seem to grow heavier than ever before. Are you lying there right now, unable to stop worrying about the future of your children? You might be wondering if they are doing well, if their jobs are stable, or if their marriages are facing hidden storms. Even when our children are grown up, have their own homes, and are fully independent, a parent's heart never truly stops worrying. You keep carrying distant, uncertain scenarios in your mind, fearing that one day when you are no longer here to protect them, they will struggle. That worry acts like an invisible rope tying down your mind, making it impossible for you to let go and drift into sleep. You love them so much, and yet this love filled with anxiety is inadvertently hurting your own rest. Or perhaps you are lying awake because of old regrets and mistakes from the past rushing back into your mind. In the deep silence of the night, memories from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or even from your youth suddenly appear as clearly as a slow-motion movie. You blame yourself for making that choice back then. You regret saying those words that hurt someone you loved, or you wish you had tried just a little harder so things would not have fallen apart. The questions of what if and if only keep repeating over and over in your head, creating a lingering, painful ache. The past has been gone for a very long time, and the people involved have likely forgotten or moved on, but you choose to stay behind in that old, painful house, stripping away your own right to be at peace in the present moment. I also understand deeply that sometimes your sleeplessness does not come from a psychological worry, but from the silent cries of your body. It is the physical pain of aging, the ache in your joints whenever the weather changes, the numbness in your feet, or the sheer exhaustion of a nervous system after a lifetime of hard work. When the body is uncomfortable, the mind easily becomes anxious, and perhaps most heartbreaking of all is the empty sense of loneliness when you turn to your side and see your partner fast asleep, or maybe the other side of the bed has been empty for a long time after a final, painful separation. You feel completely alone in this world, as if no one knows and no one is there to share this heavy feeling with you. Please listen to me very carefully. This fatigue and this restlessness do not belong to you alone, and your inability to sleep is absolutely not a flaw, a failure, or a shameful illness. It is simply a very natural sign that your mind is being too loyal and dedicated to the cares of your life. You have spent an entire lifetime living for others, caring for your family, working hard, and fulfilling your social duties. Your mind has become so used to being active, solving problems, and protecting the ones you love. Therefore, when night falls, it is simply trying to continue the familiar job it has always done. Please be gentle with yourself. Stop being angry or resentful toward your own mind. You are not alone on this night. There are millions of people out there sharing this exact same restless breath with you, and we are here together to learn how to soothe those hidden sorrows. To heal a wound, we must first clearly understand its nature. Why is it that the harder we try to sleep, the more awake we become? Why do thoughts tend to explode most violently at night rather than during the day? Under the light of modern psychology, and especially the mindfulness wisdom of Buddhism, this operates under a very clear mechanism called the mind trap. During the day, your life is filled with external stimulations. You go to work, cook meals, clean the house, talk to people, and check the news. Your mind has so many objects to cling to, and it is busy processing the practical information happening right in front of your eyes. However, when night comes, you turn off the lights, step into bed, and suddenly there is no sound, no image, no distraction left. It is at this exact moment, when all external stimuli vanish, that your mind falls into a vacuum. According to its old habits, an untrained mind will not sit still in that emptiness. It begins to turn inward, searching for old data in the storehouse of memory to chew on. It pulls out the events of today, the worries of tomorrow, and the hurts of the past to analyze, dissect, and guess. In Buddhism, this phenomenon is described using a beautiful metaphor called the monkey mind. Imagine your mind is like a restless monkey swinging from one branch to another in a dense jungle. It just lets go of the branch named household worries, and immediately it grabs onto the branch named past regrets before leaping to the branch named fear of the future. That monkey never seems to get tired, and it jumps even more wildly when the environment around it becomes completely quiet. The biggest mistake most of us make when facing this monkey mind is trying to fight it. When you see your head filled with too many thoughts, you feel frustrated, anxious, and you tell yourself to stop thinking and go to sleep right now because there is so much to do tomorrow. You try to use thoughts to suppress thoughts, using your will to force your mind into silence. But do you realize that this act of resistance and force is just another form of thinking? You are creating a secondary anxiety, which is the anxiety about not being able to sleep. When you worry about not sleeping, your brain misinterprets this as a sign of danger. Instantly, your sympathetic nervous system is activated, ordering your glands to release cortisol and adrenaline, the primary stress hormones. These chemicals make your heart beat faster, your breath shallower, your muscles tighter, and they completely block the natural sleep mechanism of your body. You fall into a vicious cycle. Thinking leads to insomnia, insomnia leads to anxiety, and anxiety stimulates more thoughts, making insomnia even worse. Please understand that you cannot use fire to put out fire. You cannot use the tension of your will to buy the peace of sleep. The secret does not lie in controlling or destroying your thoughts, but in learning how to change your relationship with them. Now we are going to make a small change together, one that brings a massive result. Instead of continuing to fight the thoughts in your head, we will gently shift our entire attention somewhere else. We will bring our awareness away from the abstract clouds of thought and return it to the living reality of the body through a practice called deep relaxation, a beautiful body scanning method taught by Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. I invite you to adjust your posture right now. Lay flat on your back comfortably on your bed. Let your arms rest gently by your sides with your palms facing upward to signify a state of total openness and letting go. Let your legs fall apart naturally with your toes pointing slightly outward. Gently close your eyes, not forcing them shut, but just letting the eyelids drop softly like a flower closing its petals as the night arrives. First of all, bring your awareness back to your natural breath. You do not need to try to breathe deeply or force your breath to be long. Just let your body breathe exactly the way it wants to. Simply recognize the inhalation and the exhalation. As you breathe in, notice the cool air passing through your nostrils, filling your chest, and gently lifting your abdomen. As you breathe out, notice the warm air leaving your body, your abdomen sinking back down, releasing all tension into the space around you. Gently repeat these words in your mind with the rhythm of your breath. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. In, abdomen rising. Out, abdomen falling. Now let us guide the light of awareness to your head and your face. Bring your attention to your forehead. Is your forehead slightly tense from the worries of the day? Breathe in and bring the energy of peace to your forehead. Breathe out and let all the muscles around your forehead and your eyes soften, becoming as still and smooth as the surface of a calm lake. Smile gently to your eyes and say silently, I thank my eyes for working so hard all day long to help me see this beautiful world. Now is the time for my eyes to rest. Let go of the eyes. Next, move your awareness down to your mouth and your jaw. Relax the jaw completely, letting your teeth part slightly, keeping a very gentle smile on your lips. When you smile softly, all the muscles on your face relax automatically. Continue to bring your attention down to your shoulders. Your shoulders are the place that has carried so many responsibilities, so many worries for your life and your family over the past decades. Breathe in deeply, feeling your shoulders. Breathing out, let your shoulders sink heavily into the mattress. Whisper to your shoulders, thank you, my shoulders, for carrying so much. Right now, you do not need to carry anything at all. Just let go completely. Continue to carry this wave of gratitude and relaxation down through your arms, your fingers, spreading across your chest, your abdomen, down to your thighs, your knees, and finally to the very tips of your toes. Wherever your awareness passes, if you notice pain or fatigue, simply hold it with love, say thank you, and allow it to relax. When your entire mind is busy feeling and appreciating every part of your physical body, your brain will automatically disconnect from the thoughts of worry. Your mind will no longer have the energy to feed those illusions. It will naturally quiet down, making way for a state of deep tranquility, gently leading you into sleep in a completely natural way. To help you understand this philosophy more deeply, I want to tell you a true story about a Western student who came to Plum Village many years ago. He was a highly successful businessman in his early 50s, owning a massive fortune but carrying a deep suffering inside. He had suffered from chronic insomnia for over 10 years, the pressure of running his company, the anxieties of the financial market, and the fractures in his relationship with his children turned every single night into a form of mental torture. He had tried every expensive sleeping pill available and met with the finest psychologists, but everything only provided temporary relief, and the insomnia always returned, worse than before. Exhausted in both body and spirit, he arrived at Plum Village during a summer retreat to meet Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. When he met the teacher, he cried and said, "Dear teacher, please give me a piece of advice, a high-level meditation method, so that I can sleep. I cannot endure this any longer." The Zen master looked at him with immense compassion, smiled gently, and said something that completely shocked him. "I do not have any method to help you fall asleep immediately, and you do not need to try to sleep at all. From now on, when you lie in bed at night, if you cannot sleep, just happily accept it. Use that time to breathe and smile at your insomnia." The businessman was astonished, but he chose to trust and follow the guidance. The Zen master began to teach him things that seemed completely unrelated to sleep. He taught him how to walk on the earth, which is called walking meditation. With each step, he had to place his entire foot firmly on the ground, feeling the stability of Mother Earth, and silently say, "I have arrived. I am home." The teacher taught him how to look at a cloud in his morning cup of tea, recognizing that a cloud never dies, it only transforms into the rain and the tea leaves. He taught him how to wash dishes in mindfulness, treating the washing of dishes as something as sacred as bowing before the Buddha. What was the deep strategy that the Zen master wanted to teach him here? It is that to have a peaceful sleep at night, we cannot wait until we get into bed to start looking for peace. Your sleep at night is the truest mirror reflecting your entire lifestyle during the day. If during the day you live in a hurry, in anger, in anxiety, and in attachment, planting seeds of tension in your consciousness, how can you expect your mind to be peaceful the moment you lay down? The businessman slowly changed. He learned to plant seeds of peace, optimism, and letting go into every hour and every minute of his day. He became less angry with his employees. He learned to listen to his children with loving speech, and he appreciated the simple things around him. And a miracle happened. After a few weeks of living mindfully, when night came and he lay in bed, the pressure to force himself to sleep was completely gone. He simply lay there breathing, thanking his warm bed, thanking his body for a day lived fully. He was no longer afraid of his insomnia. He smiled at it like an old friend. And at that exact moment, when he completely abandoned the desire to control his sleep, completely accepting reality, sleep returned to him in a peaceful, deep, and natural way, like a gift from the universe. The businessman's journey proved a profound truth. Peace is not something to be searched for. Peace is something to return to. Now, as your mind has begun to settle down after the practice and the story we just shared, let us courageously look deeper into the most hidden psychological layers, the primal roots of sleeplessness in our later years. If we look directly at the truth, we will see that the restlessness of older adults often stems from two great negative energies, the attachment of aging and the fear of impermanence. Let us speak of attachment first. As we grow older, we tend to want to control everything around us to find a sense of security. We want our children to live exactly according to the templates and experiences that we believe are best. We want to preserve the reputation, status, and wealth that we have spent a lifetime building. We cannot accept the fact that we are slowly losing our influence within the family and society. Your sleeplessness at night is a clear expression of a mind refusing to let go. When you lie awake, thinking about how to change others, how to make everything happen according to your will, you are binding yourself to a chain of suffering. You forget that your children have their own karma and their own lives to live. This world operates according to its own natural laws, not depending on your anxiety. The essence of mindfulness is realizing that we own nothing and no one in this life. Learning to let go of control, returning people to their rightful places, is the only way to free your mind from this heavy pressure. And even deeper than that is the fear of impermanence, the fear of death and separation. Do you realize that the darkness of night is a miniature version of loneliness and death? When night falls, the space becomes completely silent. All connections with the noisy daytime world are cut off, and you are left completely alone with yourself. For many older adults, the darkness activates a primal, unconscious fear. It reminds them of the limitation of time, of the day when they must leave this physical body behind, leaving their loved ones to step into the unknown. They fear closing their eyes because deep in their subconscious, they worry they might never wake up again. They fear the uselessness of a body that is aging day by day, the feeling of being abandoned, of being forgotten. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught us to look at impermanence with deep acceptance and wisdom. Impermanence is not something scary or negative. Thanks to impermanence, an apple seed can become an apple tree. Thanks to impermanence, a child can grow up, and thanks to impermanence, the pain of today can disappear tomorrow. Death is not a total end, it is merely a change of form. Just like a cloud in the sky, when it is no longer a cloud, it does not vanish into nothingness. It is transformed into the rain, into the stream, into the snowflake. Please change the way you look at sleep. Going to sleep each night is a wonderful mindfulness practice to learn how to die a little bit. Every night, when you lie down and release all your thoughts, you are temporarily leaving behind the fame, the worries, and the attachments of the ego so that your body and mind can return to their most original, pure state of stillness. And then, after a good night's rest, when the morning sun shines through the window, you open your eyes and take a deep breath. That is the moment you are reborn. You are gifted a brand new day, a new opportunity to live, to love, and to be mindful. When you have enough courage to face impermanence, viewing sleep as a sacred rest within a cycle of rebirth, the fear of the dark will completely vanish, leaving behind an absolute peace and freedom in your soul. In this part, I want to elevate our experience tonight. We are not just stopping at finding a solution to sleep well, but we will transform this restless moment into a profound lesson on mindful living, a Buddhist reflection that can illuminate your soul. The core philosophy throughout all the teachings of Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh is encapsulated in a very simple sentence that contains the entire treasury of human wisdom. The past is already gone, the future is not yet here. Only the present moment is the only one that is real. We often call this state living happily in the here and now. Look back at your life. Most of your suffering, pressure, and sleeplessness come from the fact that your mind is never in its proper place. Your body is resting on a comfortable bed in a safe and warm room, but your mind is wandering in a grocery store from 10 years ago to chew on an old hurt, or it is flying to a distant future 5 years from now to worry about poverty and sickness. You are living a divided life, a life where the body and the mind never meet. You miss out on the only reality you have, just to live among the ghosts of memory and the illusions of the future. Under the light of the philosophy of mindfulness, a good night's sleep is not a technique, but a precious reward for a soul that knows how to live fully in the present. When you lie on your bed at this hour, recognize the reality around you clearly. The entire outside world, with all its competitions, financial pressures, and noisy commotions, has temporarily closed its doors. You do not need to solve any business problem at 1 in the morning. You cannot make your children wealthier or healthier by lying awake in the dark. The only thing, the most sacred and responsible thing you need to do right now, is to take care of your own presence. Guide your mind into an experience of deep gratitude. Ask yourself, right now, what conditions of happiness do I possess? You have a roof over your head to protect you from the rain, a comfortable bed to lie on, and a quiet space free from the destruction of war or natural disasters. And what is more wonderful than the fact that you are still alive? Your lungs are automatically expanding and deflating to bring oxygen to nourish your body. And your heart is beating its steady, resilient rhythms without a single moment of rest for decades. Do you know that there are so many people in the intensive care units of hospitals right now who have to breathe through machines, who are fighting for every shred of hope to live, and they would willingly trade all their fortunes just to have one moment of lying peacefully, breathing naturally as you are right now? When you fill your mind with the energy of gratitude, with the pure recognition of the miracles of life available in the present moment, you will see your soul become incredibly rich and optimistic. That positive energy is so powerful that it will automatically push back and dissolve every negative thought and every petty anxiety. Happiness is not a destination in the future when you have a lot of money or when your children become successful. Happiness is the capacity to recognize the cool streams of life flowing through you right in the moment of here and now. Smile at your breath, cherish your presence, and let that gratitude gently embrace you, carrying you deep into the most pure and peaceful sleep. My dear companion, our journey of sharing and reflecting tonight is now slowly coming to its close. We have traveled through different emotional landscapes, from deep empathy for your restless nights, understanding the games of the mind, practicing deep relaxation, to profound reflections on life and existence. Now, all words, all analysis or explanations have become unnecessary. Your mind has surely found a peaceful quietness, and the noisy waves of thought from earlier have now calmed down into gentle ripples on the water. The night has become very deep, and the space around us grows more still and sacred with each passing minute. Your body, after a lifetime of carrying weights, after a long, exhausting day of labor and care, fully deserves to receive the reward of a deep, whole, and peaceful sleep. You have successfully finished your responsibilities for the day that has passed. Now is the time for you to let go of everything, to return the world to the world, and to return the future to the future. I do not want to make any loud requests, ask for subscriptions, or ring any notification bells that might disturb this quiet space of yours. If you feel this video has brought you a little warmth, a bit of comfort in the middle of the night, please just leave a gentle mark through the silence in your soul. Now your only task is to turn off your phone screen, or if you prefer, just let this audio continue to play like a loyal guardian watching over your rest. Close your eyes in complete comfort. Breathe in a very gentle breath, feeling peace fill your chest. Breathe out a very slow breath, letting your entire body sink deeply into the protection of your beloved bed. Breathing in, my mind is still. Breathing out, my lips smile. There is no past, there is no future, only absolute pure rest. In the remaining minutes of this video, my voice will fade away. The space will be left only with the incredibly soothing melodies of healing frequency meditation music, blending with the sound of night rain falling gently outside the porch and the wind rustling softly through the bamboo trees. The video screen will also slowly fade into a completely minimalist warm black color, so that your eyes are not irritated by any light. Let yourself float away with the rhythm of nature. Let go completely and sink deep into a dreamless sleep, a sleep of pure mindfulness and absolute peace. May you have a truly beautiful sleep, and a peaceful new day awaits you tomorrow morning. Sleep well.